when they say that Islam has never lost, what does it mean? It means that when they win, they do not just win politically or militarily. Their primary agenda is to convert the local population completely to Islam. So the agenda is to completely convert so that they become a part of them. And the philosophy, the ideology that they carry, it is so hostile to any pagan polytheistic culture, any native religion, any native sect, that once you convert to that ideology, you become an enemy of your own previous culture, religion, sect, and civilization. So in order to convert, this is like a magic trick, that you invade a country. Suppose if you consider a household, a big household, we invade that household and then we do something to their members that they become enemies, hostile enemies, very hostile enemies to their own parents, to their own brothers and sisters, which they were a part of for thousands of years, for many years. So this is what happens, that they convert and make what the people they conquer, the civilization, society and people they conquer, Islamic armies, make them their own by converting them to Islam. And they become the frontier soldiers of Islam, of the Islamic ideology and civilization in doing this. There are various tools of it. Of course, there are forced conversions, conversions on the point of the sword. But there are also other indirect tools, like Jizyah was a great indirect tool, that in an Islamic country ruled by Islamic law called Sharia, you actually have to pay a tax if you want to continue as a non-Muslim. Not always. This magnanimity is also shown only occasionally, and only to a certain sect of people, certain religions and sects. For example, only people of the book are allowed to avail the facility, protection money of under this scheme Jizyah, and people of the book are Christians, apart from Muslims of course, Christians and Jews. Hindus as rank polytheists, idolaters, the worst of the people, are not even entitled to do this according to most traditional law schools of Islam. But as it happened later on, because we were too many to just destroy or eliminate, so some Islamic jurists also accepted that yes, Hindus can also be allowed Jizyah. So Jizyah is a tool that you have to pay a tax just to continue as a non-Muslim. Now this tax, sometimes it's low, sometimes it's high, but it's mostly very high, and it is not assigned to a certain individual. This is not a place to go deep into Jizyah, but just to tell you, to give you an idea of what Jizyah is, it is assigned to an entire community. Now, this tax is backbreaking and it is meaningless. So some individuals start converting, but with their conversion, the tax is not on every individual, the tax is on the entire community. So those who are left as non-Muslims, now they have to pay a higher percentage of the tax because there are fewer non-Muslims left. So it becomes a positive feedback loop, a vicious cycle, which encourages, as more people convert, more non-Muslims convert to Islam, those who are left as non-Muslims, it is even harder for them to continue as non-Muslims. So they are also encouraged to convert. This happened at various places all over wherever Islam ruled, and conversions happened. So this is a way that conversions do happen. Now we have understood this, that how they make the enemy their own. Now you could argue that it can also happen that these sects and other non-Muslim religions, they also convert these people, these followers, back to non-Muslim religions and sects when the rule of Islam is gone. Because the rule of Islam has disappeared time and again in history. But this is not so, because there is a great rule in Islam: once a Muslim, always a Muslim. So when a Muslim army comes to rule, they have to convert the non-Muslims to Islam. Once they become Muslim, they cannot leave Islam. And if they try to do so, they will be killed. So this is the order. Once a Muslim, there is always in, never out. You can enter Islam, you cannot leave Islam. So by this, you make sure that the changes are permanent. Now you will begin to understand what it means, what they mean when they say Islam has never lost.